Hey, happy Tuesday there, band members. Mr. Rogers here once again with the Bobcat Band. Gonna sight read once again with y'all. This is number 173. Hey, you Simpsons fans might recognize this shirt. So, not gonna say too much about it, but if you've seen this episode, you know what's up. Hey, this is 173. Notes in disguise. Now, you'll notice right away there's a lot of accidentals. In other words, notes that don't go with your key signature. Remember that those accidentals, they only apply to the measure that they happen in. You'll see that it corrects itself a few times. Halfway through the tune, you'll have like a flat followed by a natural, then a flat again, or a sharp followed by a natural, then a sharp once again. So it'll alternate, so you really got to look ahead. You have to anticipate by scanning ahead each beat as you play through the tune. Look at your time signature, 3/4, that's 3 beats per measure. I almost said 4, so 3 beats. Then your key signature looks a little bit different than your key of B flat. Right, so as low brass, flutes, percussion, you should have 1 flat. So technically in the key of F, right, you have B flat. Your E's will be natural. And for a lot of us, you're going to see sharps in every measure, flats in a lot of measures, naturals. They're all over the place, okay? And you'll have slurs. You have a lot of techniques that are being thrown at you all at once, right? There's a reason this is the more advanced half of the book. So look at the end. Do you have a repeat sign? Yes, repeat sign, go all the way back to the beginning. Now, the reason I'm bringing up all these accidental notes is if you're not quite sure the fingerings of those notes, you need to go back and find where you learned it in the book, or you can go to page, I believe it's page number 44. My mistake, it's actually page 46 and 47. That's where your fingering chart is. So you need to practice that note, kind of review it if you don't know it right away, then come back to sight reading. That way you can play through with more confidence in knowing you're using the right stuff regarding here, right? Okay, now's your time to sight read the song on your own. So go ahead and pause the video and sight read it. Okay, lots of articulation differences between the first half of the tune and the second half. You'll notice that on those quarter notes, dee-ah, dee-ah, has a similar sound. You're just playing it in a different partial of your instrument, especially if you're a brass player. So let's play through together. So remember those eighth notes, they move twice as fast as the quarter notes. Bum, 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 bum. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I'll give you 2 bars of 3. Then we come in together. We'll play twice through. 1, 2, 3. 1. Ready. Okay. Hey, did you crack some notes like I did? There's one in particular. You heard it earlier on. Did I let that affect the rest of the playing? No. Never let it affect what's coming up next, because mistakes, again, are inevitable. That's sort of the theme of all these lessons is when you sight read, you cannot let those small mistakes affect what's coming up. Right? So if you do something like this, you know, I'm playing a note too high, right? Well, don't stop. Just keep going, because your audience in real life and your performances, they're not really going to remember a whole lot about your mistakes as long as you handle it like it was supposed to happen, right? Just don't let it affect what's coming up. Right? In that first measure, B3, was really weak. I wasn't using enough air support. So you use that information to bring out your sound for what's coming up next. Like, oh, no, like in my higher register, I got to use faster air, right? Keeping everything relaxed, right? So keep that in mind when you're moving through these patterns of going from eighth notes to quarter notes. Hey, that sounds great. Make sure, once again, if you don't feel like you have the fingerings of those accidental notes, whatever they are for your instrument, they're not under your fingers, then you need to go to that fingering chart on page 45, 46. Be sure you have that down because you want to make sure you're doing it right from the beginning. That way you have a muscle memory that you build up. And that way you don't have to think about it later on down the road. And music is just so much more fun when you don't have to think too much about it. It's like, oh, that, E, bam, E flat, bam, A flat, bam, G, bam, right? All right, I'm going to upload another lesson pretty soon. It's going to be number 174 coming at you soon. I'll see you in a few.